Yo, what is going on, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of Tunnel Vision. My name is Adam. I am your host. We are here today with another solo podcast. You guys blew up the last podcast. Obviously, it was a bit of a banger, so you kind of had to. You couldn't not listen to it with the man himself, KP19. I'm really glad you guys enjoyed that one. Everybody that came out from his side, and you're still here, thank you for joining me again. I hope you stick along for the ride that we got going here. But yeah, man, so pretty big couple weeks since I had last sat in this chair right here and talked at the camera. So we got some stuff to talk about. So, I mean, first off, glaring thing is Cal dropped his album. Pretty cool. Doing fairly well so far. I have shown a couple people, and their thoughts are similar to mine. It's like a lot of improvement. It's doing pretty good. I'm excited to see what he comes out with next, and whenever that happens, I'm sure we'll get him back on here, and that'll be all great and dandy and stuff. So yeah, but until then, you're stuck with me. So my week, I'm gonna get the obligatory disc golf shit out of the way. So I was on spring break this last week. Back to school and shit now, so fun, but I had a week off, and that was pretty much all taken up by playing disc golf. And big part of that, my good buddy David had some stuff come up, so he was stuck here close to me, couldn't go home and see his family over the spring break, so I was here to entertain him over the week. So we pretty much played disc golf almost every day. We got rained out one day. But yeah, we went pretty hard for this week, so that was fun. I had some of my first actual tournaments of the year. Pause, because David and I did a doubles tournament in January, but this was the first solo tournament that I had for this year, and that was a local league around here. That was the tag opener for that. So for those of you who do not know, and I was one of them recently until I went to this thing and figured out what it was. So basically, these disc golf leagues, right, they'll give you these little tags, and they have numbers on them from 1 to 100, right? So you start out the year by holding a tag opener. So you go out, it's basically a tournament style thing, not like a professional sanctioned event or anything. This is a local league, so it's chill. You go out, we paid $10 to get in, and you play against everybody in the field pretty much. And at the end of the tournament, where you're placing on the leaderboard that's what tag you get. So the person that gets first place get the 1 tag. The person that gets 37th place will get the 37th tag, so on and so forth. And basically throughout the year, we do these singles leagues every week. So we'll go out and play a similar, just play one round, and there's different tiers of status in it. So there's the professional tier, and then there's the AM tier, and then there's the recreational tier. And then you'll be putting your tags up for grabs for the rest of the year. So every time you get there, you put down your tag, and then you can either drop down a couple tags or you can go up a couple tags. So I could come in with the 27 tag and leave with the 12 tag, or leave with the 48 tag. That's the basic gist of how the leagues work. But also with the paying in, you also get payouts for getting into the top spots. So this first event that this real first solo event of the year that I went to was the first time I had ever gotten a payout at an event, and that was pretty cool. And I got second. I tied for second there, so I left with the 5 tag because there was 4 of us that tied. There's one dude that just took down first, and then we got just a random draw of the other 4 tags. So I ended up taking the 5 tag at the opener, and that was, I would say, pretty good. I felt like I played shit. So I don't know if that's it was a weird feeling, because I was yeah, I did it. I got a payout and I got second. But then I left and I was like, God, I played like ass. And it's kind of a thing of, hey, if I'm playing on my best behavior here, then theoretically I should be able to kick these guys' butts. You know what I mean? So that's something that I was thinking when I had gotten out of there. And I was like, yeah, maybe this is like, if I start playing a little better, and I get more comfortable in the scenario and the situation that we're in here, then I can start taking down some better spots and some more cash. And I basically just want to steal all these people's money. Not steal it, win all these people's money. So that's the goal. But I had that, and that was fun. And that was about 2 weeks ago. And then this last weekend, I played in the doubles tournament I talked about a couple weeks ago with the dude I met on Instagram. And that was a pretty fun experience. It was a nice cold morning when we got there, and we played the first couple holes. Not very good. Brought it back a little bit. We ended up tying for 11th. We got like the 7th best score, but it's just how the tie, like the numbers work for the rankings for PDGA and everything. So we ended up tying 11th, and we were a little disappointed in how we played, but we'd never known each other and just started out the day a little rough, but that's fine. We weren't expecting to like take it down per se, so we move, and that's all fine. And then actually today I played in the aforementioned league for the first time. I played in the singles league, like actual official league, not just like the opener of it, and I played okay, and ended up in third for the AM, so dropped a couple tags, but still got a payout, which was great. Felt good about that part. But yeah, it's fun, man. It is a very, very good time. It's weird seeing a ton of people like in one place. That's like, this is the only time I really like see anybody anymore that like I don't know, is at these disc golf events I've been going to. And it's really weird. A lot of them don't wear masks. I'm like one of the only people that are there that's just like, that has a mask on. They're like, hey, you don't have to wear that. And I'm like, yeah, I know, but this is for me. So chill out. It's all good. But it's kind of nice seeing everybody there and just like bringing a sense of community back. I'd gotten some Snapchat memories back the other day from trips that I had taken for high school band to Disney World and to New York, and it was just such like a weird moment, like looking at those, because I mean all the people that were around and everything is just so weird. I was like, man, we did stuff back in the day, back in the good old days, but getting somewhat back to that a little bit in some ways. So that's always good. And I hope to get vaccinated soon so that I feel a little bit less bad about it. That would also be great. But coming up, I have my first 2 PDGA sanctioned events of the year. This first one coming up on Saturday. It's at Whispering Falls in Pennsylvania. It's going to be a tough one. That course is super hard. Not really sure what the hot round is going to be. It's a 2-round event. It's a 27-hole course, so we're doing like a mixed layout, different layout each round, as it typically is, but it'll be like the first 18 in the first round, and then I guess middle 9 and back 9. So going from 10 to 27 on the second round. So that's going to be a hard event. That's going to be fun. I hope to play well there. I feel like I haven't done my best these last couple tournaments, but I feel like I'm getting more comfortable in that environment. So I think that it should go pretty well, and I should be coming back next week with a happy look on my face. I hope. I really hope. But the thing with that course is a lot can go wrong very fast. But with that, a lot can go wrong for everybody very fast. So there's that, I guess. So it won't be just me messing up. Hopefully some people will. But yeah, I think like that my main thing right now is I can't drive worth a damn off the tee. Like it has been not that great, but my putting has been like on fire lately. Been making like 50, 60 footers nonstop, just balling like nobody's business. So that's been good. But yeah, I've just been repping so much on like all of my, like I've just been putting in field work and putting practice, and like it is ridiculous, man. It is absolutely ridiculous. And I've put a lot into it. And I'm hoping over these next couple of months when I go to more and more tournaments that some of the payoff to all of that like work that I've put in starts to come to fruition a little bit, and I see like some of the results that I'm hoping for. But I mean, that kind of leads to like this thing where I've been trying to focus on like being motivated a lot, like for the things that I love. And it's easy to get motivated when you are doing something that you really, really enjoy. But it's this thing where nobody is just giving handouts to what you want in life. And that's something that I think a lot of people should come to terms with and realize. Like if you want something, you got to go out and take that shit on a reel. You have to put in hours and hours of work, and you have to do all of the little things. And no matter how tired you are, how beaten down by it you are, like you just got to get out there and put your head down and do the work. And that's something that my parents have put on me like my entire life, like especially my dad. Those are words that he has spoken to me countlessly over the years. And, you know, that's something that I hold true to today. And I think that's just very important for what I'm doing now with this sport specifically, because I've been doing so much and I'm starting to see payoff. But these next couple of weeks is where I really have to turn it on, because with the rating, like my disc golf, like professional rating being in play, I'm trying to get that shit to the moon. So I got to play well. I got to play really, really well. I'm hoping to play in a, if I can, and this is the other thing, I'm hoping to play in a Silver Series event this year, which is a professional level event. So touring pros will be there. And like anyone over a 900 rating can sign up for it. But with the tier system of signing up, certain ratings can sign up at different times. So if I get my rating higher to meet one of the minimums for registration, it would be easier for me to get into said event. So therefore, again, I need to play my ass off these next 2 weeks at these events and do really well. Also, it looks like spectators are going to be allowed, so I might bring along my parentals for support, so that'll be fun, because I haven't really had that, and I've taken both of them out before, and my dad has played. My mother has not. She has spectated and walked the dog through whatever course we're going through, but it's going to be the first time that they see me in that kind of like competitive setting, because you know, when I'm out with them, I'm not like being competitive, but I think that'll be cool for them, because I've talked about it nonstop, and it's going to be a nice thing to finally show them like, hey, this is what I've been doing. This is what I've been like working towards. So yeah, I'm really looking forward to that. I think it's going to be fun. I think it's going to be really, really nice. So yeah, also the disc golf channel released, and that's great. I got 2 videos up on there right now. My schedule moving forward, I didn't post anything last week. There were some issues that came up during this weekend, so I couldn't get those out in the exact time that I wanted, but it's kind of good because now I have some like stored, and this way I can kind of get ahead so I have stuff like in storage for the week coming up. So my plan is to post at least every Saturday on that channel, and then sometimes, or as much as I can, get videos out Thursdays and Saturdays. So definitely at least one video a week, but the possibility of two. And this week there will be two that come out. I played a couple rounds with David at a course in Leesburg, and that was a fever dream of a day. We were out there for so long, and there's so many things, and that video is going to be great. Yeah, the one that I'm putting together now, it's very funny, very funny. I think so anyway, so there's that. But you can check that out at Adam Seymour DG on YouTube. I'd appreciate if you go check that stuff out, see what I'm doing over there. That's what I really need to like blow up here, because I'm trying to push my name out into the disc golf world as much as I can, and the best way to help support me on that endeavor is to keep supporting me on this platform and then support me over there. And just by going over there and subscribing or like hitting a like on one of the videos, that helps me out more than you would ever know. So if you do so, thank you so much. And if you have not yet, please go check that out. So yeah, that's disc golf pretty much out of the way for the day. I will like chill out a little bit. I'm just waiting for the day that this turns into like a full blown disc golf podcast. And I know some of you are like hyped for that, and others are like, whatever. So stick with me. So some other stuff that happened throughout this last couple of weeks. Music dropped in the form of Silk Sonic. We heard the first song from them, and oh my God, I am so excited for that full album, because that shit was electric. And it's good to hear new Bruno out again, because he's one of my like all-time favorite artists out there, and he's just crushing. And Anderson Paak, one of the two, I don't know exactly which one is, I think it's Paak. Yeah, he is an insane talent as well, and both of them are just like put together. It's a fever dream. It's so good. It's so good. The 70s vibe is just like perfect for them. So I'm super excited about that. And that man, Anderson Paak, knows how to rock the shit out of some drums. And as a drummer, I can appreciate that like immensely. I did not know that going into it, but I mean, damn, it's like, it's cool. It's very, very cool to see. They also did a performance at the Grammys where they did like a Little Richard tribute, I believe it was. I watched that today, and that was really good. And Bruno did some like stuff that he, like with his voice, that I haven't heard before. Like it was a lot grittier, I think is the word that I would use for that. And, you know, he's got a lot of falsetto stuff, and all of his is like very smooth and warm, I think are like typical words to kind of describe what Bruno's singing style is like. I'm not a singer, so don't roast me. But yeah, it was cool seeing him kind of like belt a little bit and kind of take that style that Little Richard has. And again, those two are just incredible together. So I'm just super hyped for that. Also, the main man, Justin Bieber, dropped an album, and that was actually surprisingly really good. I enjoyed it a lot. I got one listen on it today, and there were some really good songs in there. He did one with Collier, which Collier is just incredible. He doesn't miss, to be honest. He just pumps out bangers like it's nobody's business. And then also Daniel Caesar was on one of those songs, and Daniel Caesar slept on like it is not fair, because that man is incredible and I love him. And oh my God, what a fucking guy. Voice of an angel, that guy. But yeah, that album was really surprising and good. I like a lot of the stuff that Justin Bieber's been doing lately. He's kind of backtracking a little bit to what has worked for him in the past, I think. So it's good to see. And obviously, like with just his own life, he's kind of chilled out within the last couple of years, like with his marriage and stuff. So no more peeing in buckets for him in public and shit like that. Now he's kind of back to his roots a little, and I'm really enjoying that. I hope he keeps doing that kind of stuff and pumping out good songs. So yeah, that's really good to hear. But speaking of Daniel Caesar, one of his good buddies, Jacob Collier, was at the Grammys, had a couple nominations, and got absolutely snubbed from the album of the year. And fight me, Taylor Swift fans, because she didn't deserve it. So yeah, that Jessie Volume 3 was incredible and deserved it, and that is just the fact. And I get it. Like, Taylor Swift is a huge name, and it's just a popularity contest at the end of the day. Like, all this shit is rigged. Everybody knows it. Like, every award show ever is just rigged out of its mind. So, like, he was never gonna win it, but a small part of me was hoping. But alas, he didn't. And if you don't know Jacob Collier yet, he's absolutely incredible. He is musician's favorite artist. Yeah, a musician's favorite artist. He's very, very good at what he does, and an incredible player with like every instrument that has ever existed. Like, if you play an instrument, he plays that instrument better than you, and that is a fact. Whatever instrument it is, he plays it better than you. So yeah, what a dude there. He's insane, and he's hopefully going to pump out a lot of stuff like through his career. I don't think he's slowing down at any rate, so I'm excited for that. But yeah, so also main man KSI. So I don't know exactly how many people know about KSI in America. Like, I don't know if it's a widely known name. I know a couple people know about him, but at least for me, I'm like really caught up in that kind of side of YouTube, like the British side. So with Dan as my roommate kind of leading me along the path. So KSI dropped a new song, and it is getting mixed reviews, to say the least. His song Patience, and I have thoughts about this. I think it is one of his best songs he's released. I have issue with it in like some of the structure, but the sound he went for was really good, and I think that he can do a lot with that kind of sound. And it was lean heavily on Youngblood's kind of sound, and Youngblood is also incredible. So if he leans into that more, that'd be great. And Polo G was on that track, and he crushed in that style, and that's something that we haven't seen from Polo G before, and damn, he did it well. You know, like, he crushed that, which was surprising. But KSI singing was a little weird. It's a little shock to the system. Didn't expect that. And he put out a YouTube video like a couple days after the song came out, and he was like singing in that, and it just wasn't the same. So auto-tune does do wonders for the average human, so there is that. But he has been crushing, and some people around him have been talking about he's going to like vocal coaches and stuff like that. So it's really cool knowing that this dude who has ruled the fucking internet like forever is like still taking steps to improve himself. And I think a lot of people can learn from that, because this dude has done YouTube, he's done boxing, he's hit how many fucking top 10s now? He's had a ton of top 10s on the charts. Like, he's done films. Dude doesn't miss. He just does whatever the hell he wants and works at it really hard, and then he's crushing every avenue of it. So yeah, but if you haven't checked out KSI's music yet, like, what are you doing? It's so good. Like, some of those songs he's been putting out are just bangers, and he's really leaning in heavy to the pop stuff recently, which I think is good for him, because I don't know, he doesn't feel like a good just like nose down rapper to me. Like, some of his lyrics can be dry sometimes, I would say, which, like, to a point, rap lyrics can be. Like, you can see people just, like, rap about the same things all the time. It's like, we get it. You have money. We get it. You fuck bitches. That's great for you. Listen, for you, I want that for you. I think you should continue doing that if that makes you happy. If that's best for you, continue fucking bitches and getting money. Do all of the coke that you want within reason. And yeah, it should be good, but it can just be a little bit much when it's just like the monotone, just nose down rapping like that. And I don't think he's got necessarily like the chops for it at this point, because he's still like, he hasn't been doing it seriously for long. So I think going more like Post Malone vibes is better for him. And some of the EDM stuff that he's been doing has also been really good. Obviously, some of that is like his most popular stuff with like Lighter, Really Love. Oh my God, what is the other one? What is the other one he did with Anne Marie? Oh my gosh, I can't remember it. I like totally blanked. But whatever that one is, yeah, all of those been crushed. I can't do it now. I gotta look it up, and this is making me upset now. This is the great thing about having a computer in front of you. Don't Play. Oh my God, kill me. Yeah, Don't Play. That was a really, really good song as well. And his music videos are goated to shit. But, you know, some of the people he's got around him for that do incredible work. So there's that. But yeah, that's probably one of the bigger things from this week is like these past 2 weeks is all the music that's been dropping. So it's been really nice to see, to just like see all of that come out, and just, it's oversaturated, yes, like the music industry, but when it is that oversaturated, you're gonna get so much talent and so much good music out, and it's difficult to find all of it, you know, because there's definitely people that are like getting pushed down that like deserve the spotlight for it, because there are incredible artists everywhere. But I think it's a good thing, like, that there's so many people in that space now, you know, and for social media and everything as well, like just any kind of content creation within social media or like pop culture. I think it can be good, even though like sometimes it gets a bad rap for how much people are like trying to do it. Says the random white dude with the podcast sitting here. So I guess I can't talk. But again, I think there's good stuff out there, like this podcast that people don't know about, but that's just how much stuff is out there. So yeah. But then on the other side, there's like some just bullshit within that whole industry with, again, Taylor Swift not deserving the album of the year, but that's just the tea, sis. But whatever. I'm not salty about it in any way, shape, or form at all. So yeah. What's some other stuff that's been going on in the world? You know what I want to know about? This is something that just came up this week as well. This like YouTuber versus TikTok thing. So I am somebody, and this might be like sacrilege to some people, but I'm somebody who has been against TikTok since day one, and I have never downloaded the app, and I refuse to download the app. I will not do it. It will never be on my phone consensually. And that is just peace that I have made with myself. I'm not saying that I haven't watched TikToks, because Reels on Instagram are basically just TikToks, but that's besides the point. So hop off, and you can go away. So there's some like YouTube versus TikTok like boxing match that's coming out, and I just don't give a flying fuck about it, to be honest with you. It like, and I'm here talking about it, so like fuck me. But like, dude, it's done. The whole boxing thing is just done. Like, people are going to watch. Yes, that is correct. But does anybody really care about it? No, not as much. And that's like, I was listening to the What's Good podcast today with some more British YouTubers on there. And they were kind of saying the same thing. Like, nobody gives a shit about the YouTuber versus TikToker battle. Like, fucking Bryce Hall. What a dude. What a dude that man is. Like, all the TikTok boys are pretty much the same. And it's depressing. And I mean, like, everybody on TikTok that's like super popular is like just the same person. I like never understood the appeal of it with like, oh, we're all just gonna do the same dance, and not even like we're each gonna do it one time. Like, that's one thing. Like, you see each person do the same dance. No, we're gonna do the same dance like at least 70 times. Like, each person's gonna do that, and it's just gonna blow your feet up with like some people doing some dumb shit. Like, no, I don't want to see that. That's stupid. What is funny is people singing about how Peppa Pig has nipple tassels. That's the kind of entertainment that I want out of TikTok, and that is what I get on Instagram now. So take that, TikTok e-boys, and all of your bullshit. Because to be honest, the dark humor side of TikTok is so much better, and I'm somebody that enjoys like, I enjoy dark humor to an extent. It is funny to me, like, because life is not that serious, and I'm somebody that like makes fun of like formality a lot. You know what I mean? I don't want to be like that fucking dude. Like, formality just like doesn't exist to me. Like, I don't fucking care. Like, I'm just a free spirit and I do what I want. And like, monogamy like doesn't make sense to me. Like, I'm just a free spirit. Like, I just want to like get out there and just like plant my seeds and just like grow like with the world. Like, I'm not that dude. But people just take shit so seriously, and I hate it. And so like with dark humor shit, we can like break down that stuff, and some things are like maybe should not be joked about to a point, right? But like, I feel, for me anyway, like dealing with like sad things is easier if I'm laughing rather than crying, because I don't enjoy crying. I don't think people do enjoy crying. As I say that, like, I don't think there's a person that's like, yeah, crying, I fucks with that. Like, that really gets me going in the morning. I'm like, yeah, I just want to like wake up and get a good cry in today. I don't think people are saying that, but it's just, for me anyway, that is the form that I would like to deal with things, in laughter. So that kind of stuff I love. And that's why like stand up and shit like that gets me going, man. That stuff is great. John Mulaney, my fucking guy. What an incredible man. Like, that dude crushes with the dark humor shit. So yeah, that's what I want to see out of TikTok, is more dark humor stuff. That would be perfect for me. I swear I'm not like a cult leader or anything. Like, I realized I talked about like dark humor for way too long. Sorry. So other thing I've been doing is binging the shit out of TV shows lately, because I am fed up with lockdown. So yeah, I recently watched all the way through Shameless US, and damn, I love that shit. That might be my favorite show of all time, I think. Like, yeah, I don't think anything even gets close to it. Like, even The Office and Friends and shit like that, like, not even on that same level. And that's another thing, like, with, not to go back to it, but with the dark humor shit, like, they make fun of dumb shit a lot. So if you haven't seen that show, like, go watch it, because it's incredible. And there's 10 seasons out right now, and the 11th season's about to come out. I'm pretty sure it's the last season. So I went ahead and watched all the way through it, and now I'm just waiting for it to come out on Netflix in like 5 years, whenever that is. But damn, that show's really good. It's really, really good. And I'm also rewatching Gotham right now, and I forgot how much I liked that show. And that's partly because Batman has one of the best superhero like universes out there. Universi, whatever the plural for universe is, that one. So and here's why I think that as well. It's because that show does not take place during Batman time. Little Bruce Wayne is just kind of vibing, and he's just like, yeah, I guess I'm here, and I'm just going to be like a little twerp that everybody wants to kill, like, all the time. But I'm just going to be here, and Alfred is just going to yell at me, basically, the entire time that I'm on screen. But there's other characters that can carry the story because they're all really good. And that's something that not a lot of superhero shows and movies and stuff can say for themselves, but like Jim Gordon, who would have thought? He's such a fucking tank, like, in his young years before he turned old, and just his only job was going and turning on a fucking light that shined up into the sky. Like, that man is a tank. He does what he wants, kicking ass and taking names and shit. So I'm really enjoying going back through that. And yeah, that show's incredible. The first 2 episodes of that show, though, and this is most shows, like, is so cringy and bad because they're like trying to figure out what they want to do. And superhero shows specifically, they're like, sometimes they can just be kind of a lot. Like, well, okay, I can't really say that. So Wanda Vision recently finished, and that was incredible in so many ways. I really, really enjoyed that. I got my parents to watch that with me, and they were not fucking with it like the first couple episodes, but I thought that was great. The first 2 episodes are just kind of like sprinkling like a little bit of, and if you haven't watched it yet, too bad, I'm going to talk about it anyway. First couple episodes when they're just going through it, like, this is normal. We're just going to make this a sitcom, and we're going to make you think it's that, but we're just going to like sprinkle little weird details in here. And if you're not paying attention, you're not going to catch it. And like the reveal of what was happening and how Wanda was like fucking up the entire place. Like, for me, I thought that was obvious when they like first showed it being broadcasted. So I was like, nobody's just going to do this to her, right? Like, this would be her petty ass being like, I want my husband back. Makes sense to me. What's funny, though, is her deciding in this little sitcom world that she's in that, hey, I'm going to have children. But then she ends up dipping and like ending it. And then her children just fucking die. Like, I get like it's in her mind and shit, but she's just like, I guess, like, they're just dead now, and that's fine, I guess. So she was like, man, I can't believe my boo died, and I'm just like gonna go get his dead body, and we're just gonna live in this fake world. And like, that's how she's gonna grieve. And now not only should she have to grieve with that, but like, she made these imaginary kids and then fucking killed them. Or because, I mean, they're basically real. They're like sitting right in front of you. They're like, you can touch them and shit. Like, they're basically real. And she just off those motherfuckers and dipped, and now she's got to deal with that shit. So like, this seemed like an all around unproductive kind of thing that she just did there. And that's disappointing for her, and that sucks for her, I guess. So get fucked, Wanda. But what is it? Falcon and Winter Soldier just came out, and that show looks incredible. That's the one I was really looking forward to, just because it was probably going to be the most like a just nose down action, and I enjoy that from Marvel like movies in general, because sometimes when you get them to talk a little too long, it gets a little stupid, because the superhero and just like fantasy writers in general just do a little too much sometimes. Like Harry Potter and like Lord of the Rings, shit like that, you go listen to some of the lines from those movies, and it's just a lot. In Star Wars too, you go back and it's like they're just trying to do too much right now. they just really got to chill out, because it's just not that deep. Like, this is stupid. Let's just go, like, shoot at each other. That's what we came here to see. So there's that. But that show looks promising. New Captain America, spoilers, the new Captain America that they showed at, like, the end of the episode looks really weird. And I don't like how his chin is a square. Like, that man's head is a full square. And that kind of freaks me out, because, like, it's basically SpongeBob Captain America, and I didn't know that I, like, wanted to see that. Well, I don't know if I want to see that. I would probably want to see that, but it's just kind of freaky, you know what I mean? I don't like it. It makes me uncomfy, and not really it. But that show looks promising. It's gonna be anyway. If it's anything like Wanda Vision, it's gonna crush. And I mean, yeah, it's just gonna fucking body the Disney Plus viewers, as the last one did. So we got that to look forward to. But speaking of less good superhero movies, there was the Zack Snyder cut of Justice League that came out. And I'm not talking about that one specifically. Justice League, absolute stinker. I mean, basically all those, like, new DC movies, like DC Universe, fucking atrocious to watch. Like, when you have Superman, like, the first enemy he comes across, he just snapped that dude's neck. Like, he killed that guy. And they're like, this is the man of hope and shit, and we're gonna follow this guy, and he's, like, the symbol of good. This motherfucker just went up and broke this dude's neck in the first movie. Like, are you kidding? This is not who this man is. And Batman's going around, and he's just killing motherfuckers like nobody's business. And, like, everybody's just killing people at the end of the day. It's kind of ridiculous. And that's not what superheroes do, man. So, like, I don't get it. But that's, like, more rage at, like, some of the other terrible movies. Like, don't even get me started on Batman versus Superman. That shit was so dumb with the Martha thing. And everybody's already said it and heard it and knows about it. And it's just stupid. So I don't need to. I'm fine. I promise I'm fine. I'm not. I gotta cool down a little bit. It's just taking me places I don't want to be in this moment. But, God. Yeah, but the Snyder Cut was 4 hours long. So I think that's the most important thing to talk about. It's also, like, in a really weird filter, and it's in a box. And that was all a little strange. It's an interesting choice, but, you know, Zack Snyder does what he wants, I guess. But he made that movie so much better. And, yeah, if you haven't seen it yet, you don't need to go see it. You don't need to waste 4 hours of your life going and watching it. Like, it is a good superhero movie, yes, but by movie I mean, like it is. If it was hard for you to sit through Endgame, this is going to be a lot for you, because the first hour and a half of the movie is just kind of shit, and then, like, the back third of it is really good. So you're pretty much sitting through, like, a terrible movie for an hour and a half, and then you get, like, 2 pretty good movies to finish it off. But I think the very best thing, and spoiler alert, if you have not watched it, go watch it, and then come back. Or if you don't care, which is more likely, here you go. The end of the movie, the superheroes just fucking die. Like, they didn't win, and it was really great to see that. Like, Infinity War, right? I think that's the best Marvel movie because they fail. Like, that's great. I love when the superheroes fail. That's amazing to me, because we never see that, because these guys are just powerhouse at the end of the day, and it makes you feel like there's no consequence. Like, somebody will get hurt, and it's like, oh my god, it's so sad, and then they just come back to life. Or, like, oh no, they brush off getting shot in the face by a fucking 50 game, I don't know gun terms, but they get shot in the face by something really big, man, and they're like, yeah, I'm fine, I guess. But no, they just killed these guys. And, like, not only that, like, the way that they died was super sweet, with the fucking earth, like, I don't even know what the hell happened, but, like, the Flash, like, slowing down and shit, and it was dope as hell. If you haven't seen it, go check that part out at least. But also, I just fucking hate all of these people pretty much. So seeing them die, I was like, yeah, round of applause. We needed that. We really, really needed that. Like, I really wanted Batman to kill Superman in Batman vs. Superman, but that didn't happen. So I'm glad to see that they all just got fucked because they all suck as characters. So yeah, felt pretty good about that one. Felt pretty good. So yeah. But that's probably, I guess that's kind of all that's gone on this week. I mean, there's more shit, obviously, but I can't be bothered to talk about what's going on in the gossip world. So we're going to do something more fun, and we're going to talk about fast food. And specifically, we're going to make a fast food tier list because I'm on my own, and I feel like ranking some shit and making people upset. So here we go. Okay. So, tier list time. Here we go. Fast food. I don't know some of the things on here, so I'm just not going to include them into the episode. And you won't even know what they were because I'm just not going to tell you. So here we go. Starting out with Arby's. Okay. Arby's. They have meat. I know that. I'm going to put Arby's at B tier. I think they are fine. That is not my first choice. And, hold on. No, okay. I'm going to put them in, I'm going to put them in A tier, actually. There's a couple, there's an S tier as well, and then a personal favorite. I'm going to put them in A. They're underrated. So they got good shit. And the curly fries, bang. They are so good. So I'm going to put them there, and I feel pretty good about that. Go get some Arby's, kids. We love meat. Just don't take that clip that I just said out of context. There are no kids loving meat here, just Arby's. Anyway, Auntie Anne's is S tier, and I don't want to hear anything about it. Pretzels are fucking fire, and Auntie Anne's is just better than basically everything. And here is why. Because when I was a kid and you could like go to the mall and shit and there'd just be an Auntie Anne's there, you're sitting there and you're like, oh my God, like I could die right now if I had a pretzel in my mouth. So Auntie Anne's going in there. Okay, let's see. What do we got next? Jack in the Box. I would say not the best. Like, nobody is writing home about Jack in the Box. It is perfectly bad fast food. And most fast food is bad. I get that. Yes, but Jack in the Box is just extra, like, not important. And that takes them to a D tier. Like, it just doesn't matter. Next, Burger King. I'm going to put, and this is like, I don't know. Would people get? No, I'm putting it in C tier. Burger King is a C tier fast food place, and because their fries are fucking terrible, and that is my main issue. Like, if you're gonna have a fast food place, your fries got to be on point. That's the shit that is good. You're going there for just like dead carbs. So if your fries are bad, you gotta get out of line, my friend. Okay, next up, Chick-Fil-A. Okay, this is a difficult one because I love Chick-Fil-A, but they also hate gay people, and that's less okay. So I'm not going to put them in S. I'll put them in A tier. I will put them in the top of A tier, and then maybe when they hate gay people less, they can go higher. Okay, moving swiftly on. Chipotle is B tier, and fight me. Thank you for coming out to this podcast. I hope you enjoyed that argument. Get over it. So yeah, Chipotle's fine. It makes my butt hurt, so it's gonna be tier. but Cinnabon. Cinnabon is an S tier fast food place, and would I consider it fast food? I don't know. I guess so. It is food that is fast. So Cinnabon is gonna go right underneath Auntie Anne's because who doesn't like a cinnamon roll? I think nobody is the answer, or nobody doesn't like. Yeah. Okay. Cool. Next up, Jimmy John's. Jimmy John's is C tier, and Jimmy John's is fine. The bread is kind of just like, there's nothing right about. Again, it's just average fast food. It's whatever. It does the job. It is there. I accept it as a place to go to. Yeah. Next up, Popeyes. Popeyes is my personal favorite. I fucks with Popeyes heavy. Popeyes is great. And here's why. Their chicken is the best fried chicken that you can get quickly. And that's a fact. And it doesn't matter what kind of chicken you get. It is just the best like food product on any menu at any fast food place. And that's a fact. Their fries, decent, could do better, but they're good enough. And the biscuits are absolutely amazing. So again, Popeyes is my personal favorite. So it's going to go to the top of the list. Next up, Dairy Queen. Okay. This one is weird because I haven't had any of their food, but their like ice cream is pretty good. I'm going to put them in B tier because again, I have not had any of their food. So I feel wrong judging it by that standard. So yeah. Next up, Dunkin Donuts. Okay. Dunkin Donuts. Hello, my friend. I'm going to put Dunkin Donuts in A tier because they have great drinks, I believe. Donuts are good enough. They are donuts. They are sugar on like some kind of bread thing. So they do good enough. And dumpster dodos are fire. If you know, you know. Next up, we have Five Guys. Five Guys is S tier fast food because it is one of the best fast food places fast food burgers out there by far, I would say. It just absolutely fucking crushes, and I love it with all of my being. So take that. Next up, we have Hardee's. Hardee's is another one that I just severely don't care about, so it's going in D tier. Moving on. In-N-Out. I have not personally had In-N-Out, but I have heard too much slander on it to put it anywhere higher than F tier. So for people that have had In-N-Out and they hate it, this one is for you. This is not necessarily what I would think about it because I've not had it. So this is just me throwing it up there for shits and gigs, I guess. Next up, Jersey Mike's. I love Jersey Mike's. I think Jersey Mike's is better than Jimmy John's, so I'm going to put it in B. I have a Jimmy John's and a Jersey Mike's like right near my house, and I often find myself going to Jersey Mike's more, so suck it, Jimmy John's lovers. You can go poop on a butt. Next up, KFC. KFC is, again, good. They are solid. I would put them in A tier because, again, Popeyes is just all around better fried chicken. And if David Baylor has anything to say about that, he can come settle it in a parking lot with me. I will fight that motherfucker. So there's that. Next up, Krispy Kreme. Okay. Krispy Kreme is obviously like the top of S tier because that is like just, oh my God. And you don't even need like any of the fancy shit. You get Glowey's donut, your life is complete. So that's all I'm going to say about that. Long John Silver's F. If you're going to Long John Silver's, there's something wrong with you in the head and you might want to go get that checked out. Go to a therapist, get like a diagnosis. I don't fucking know. There's something wrong with you if you like Long John Silver's. Anyway, McDonald's kind of has to go at the top of S tier, and this isn't like it's my favorite place, but it's just everywhere and everybody knows about McDonald's. So I would feel wrong not putting McDonald's at the top of S tier because it's just goated. It just is. It is like the best 3 a.m. snack. So there's that. Panda Express. Panda Express I'm going to put in A tier below Chick-Fil-A. But Panda Express is great. All of my Towson folk love Panda Express. All my homies love Panda Express. Yeah, I think it's solid. I think it is. Their fried rice, I will say, is absolutely banging. I've had like a couple just like more like local places fried rice, and their fried rice just doesn't hit like Panda Express. So they need to step their game up, I guess. But Panda Express crushing it on that front. Panera bread. Okay. I don't know if I would necessarily call this fast food. I mean, I guess it kind of is. But I'm going to put it at the top of C tier, above Burger King. I don't hate it, but I'm not like begging to go there at any time in my life. You know what I mean? I respect it. I think it's good. I think it has solid food that won't make you hate yourself. So there's a benefit to that as well. But yeah, just not insane. Next up, Sonic. I'm going to do something that some people aren't going to love. I'm going to put Sonic in D tier, at the top of D tier, but in D tier, because I will say Sonic has the best milkshakes out of any fast food place. That is the truth. But Sonic's food is kind of fucking terrible. I don't know if you've had it recently, but it sucks like a lot. So if you like Sonic, you're wrong. Next up, Steak and Shake. This one holds a special place in my heart, but I'm not going to do anything insane. I'm going to put it above Burger King, but below Panera Bread in C tier. So because this is like, I don't know if you understand. Whenever we went on a road trip to like see my grandparents, like my family, we would get Steak and Shake. That shit is synonymous with my happiness as a child. So I'm like, I would love to put it higher. I'm not going to because I know it isn't that good, but I can't put it any lower than that. So there's that. Subway do be kind of fire. I'm going to put it below Jersey Mike's in B tier. I'm just going to go ahead and do that. I think they're perfectly okay. They do good. They do good enough. Good enough. That's the word. Next up, Wendy's. Wendy's is up there, man. It is up there. I'm going to put it in A tier below Chick-fil-A, because Wendy's burgers are fantastic. Like drive-through burgers, Wendy's probably the most solid. Spicy nuggets at Wendy's, amazing. Frosties, incredible. They do great stuff out there. Wendy, hit me up. You're looking kind of cute, not gonna lie. Hop that dump truck over here, baby. Next up, Taco Bell. That was so bad. Taco Bell. Taco Bell is also F tier. If you like Taco Bell, you can hop off. I'll put it at the top of F tier, but it is still F tier because it sucks like a lot. So again, get over it. Okay, and then our last one on here, we have White Castle. And White Castle is going to get thrown into D tier, above Jack in the Box, below Sonic, because White Castle is just kind of whatever, just like everything else in D tier. Sliders are cool, I guess, but I don't know. I'm a pretty big guy, like physically. I'm like tall and shit. And when I get a slider in my hand, I'm like, I don't know if I like the feeling of like eating this tiny little thing. Like when I get a burger, I want it to like fill up my hands. Like I feel like I'm eating like a tiny little townsperson and I'm like a giant, you know what I mean? And for some people they might enjoy that, but personally I don't condone violence. So I don't think that that's right. And that's just my thoughts on that. So if you disagree, I humbly ask you to go fuck yourself. But that's my tier list. Let me know what I did wrong and let me know what you think about it. Yeah, like, what is your, how about this? Tell me what your personal favorite is in the comments below. I'd actually really enjoy knowing that information. So do that, like now. Thank you so much. But yeah, I'll put that up here, and it's beautiful. I know. But yeah, that one's good. That's solid. I'm happy about that. Cool, man. Yeah. Okay, so that is the end of our time here today at the Tunnel Vision Podcast. I hope you enjoyed it so much. If you do me a favor, and a really quick favor, first off, you go check out my new disc golf YouTube channel, Adam Seymour DG on YouTube. You can also find that on my Instagram at Adam Seymour _TV. It's in the link in the bio there. Go check that out. Subscribe, watch those videos. Stay tuned for more stuff coming on that channel. There's plenty of stuff coming, lots of cool ideas, and just a deep dive into like what I'm doing right now, because that's like my main vibe right now. So I really appreciate you go checking that out. And then as always here, make sure you comment, subscribe, leave a like. If you are listening on Apple Podcasts, drop a rating. If you dropped a rating, that would be so nice. I'd really appreciate that. And again, if you're coming to this podcast for the first time, keep coming back. I'd love to see you. You're all so beautiful. But that's going to do it for me today. Thank you all for coming out and watching, and I will see you guys next time. Peace.